The number is $1,126. You know it without looking. Before the alarm rings. While standing in the shower. While pouring coffee into the same chipped mug you've used for years. $1,126. It lives in the back of your mind because it refuses to leave. Rent is $1,240. Due in 11 days. You don't consciously do the math anymore. The math does itself. Automatic. Constant. Invisible. You make $38,000 a year. After taxes and deductions, about $2,420 reaches your bank account each month. The number sounds manageable. Until the numbers beneath it start speaking. Rent. Utilities. Gas. Insurance. Phone. Internet. Groceries. Minimum payments. By the end of every month, there's usually less than $300 left. Sometimes less. Never enough. You're 24 years old. You tell yourself this is temporary. Everyone tells themselves that. But temporary has a way of becoming permanent when nothing underneath it changes. The first setback arrives on a Tuesday. The car won't start. The repair costs $517. Months of savings disappear in one afternoon. 6 weeks later, a medical bill arrives. Then rent increases. Again and again, life sends invoices. You begin noticing a pattern. Not disaster. Not poverty. Just repetition. The financial version of running on a treadmill. Working harder. Moving faster. Remaining in the same place. Every year you earn a little more. Every year expenses discover a way to meet you there. The raise comes. Then insurance rises. Fuel gets more expensive. A tire blows out. The raise disappears one small expense at a time. At 25, a question forms. Quietly. What if earning more isn't the entire answer? You start reading. Not motivational quotes. Not miracle success stories. Systems. Ownership. Assets. Cash flow. Compounding. One sentence refuses to leave your mind. If your income stops when you stop working, you own a job. If your income continues while you sleep, you own an asset. You keep reading. Savings accounts. Index funds. Businesses. Ownership. The idea feels obvious once you see it. Like a hidden door that was always there. One night, sitting alone at your kitchen table, you open an investment account. You transfer $500. The amount feels both insignificant and terrifying. A few days later, the balance drops. Regret arrives immediately. You should have waited. You should have kept the money. Instead, you close the app. Then schedule an automatic transfer. $125 every month. And you let it run. Month after month, the account grows. $1,000. $2,000. $3,000. Nothing feels different. The apartment is the same. The job is the same. Life is the same. Yet the number keeps moving. Slowly. Patiently. At 27, you switch jobs. The salary rises to $49,000. For the first time, the gap between earning and spending widens. Most people spend the difference. A better apartment. A newer car. More convenience. You automate the increase instead. An extra $400 every month goes directly into investments. Before you ever see it. That changes everything. Because discipline gets tired. Automation never does. Months become years. The account reaches $8,000. Then $12,000. Then $20,000. One afternoon, sitting in your car during lunch, you open the app. $20,317. Not life-changing money. But proof. Proof that progress exists. Proof that small actions repeated long enough eventually become visible. Something shifts. The future no longer feels random. It begins feeling mathematical. At 29, your salary reaches $58,000. The account passes $40,000. Then $50,000. Then $70,000. You tell almost nobody. Not because it's secret. Because it's private. You've learned that money changes conversations. The machine keeps growing. Returns begin creating returns. For the first time, your money works alongside you. Not harder than you. Not yet. But alongside you. And that changes everything. You finally understand momentum. Effort is pushing. Momentum is being pulled. The machine begins helping itself. Years later, you're sitting in a quiet apartment with a spreadsheet open on your laptop. For the first time, the future looks measurable. Not fantasy. Not hope. A calculation. You realize something important. Scarcity forces people to think about Friday. Stability allows people to think about 2040. The account reaches $82,000. Then $91,000. Then $99,300. One Wednesday morning, while making coffee, you check the app. $100,418. 6 digits. The number is real. Nothing dramatic happens. The coffee tastes the same. The apartment looks the same. The sky outside remains unchanged. Then you understand what the number actually means. $100,000 isn't freedom. It isn't retirement. It isn't wealth. But it is proof. Proof that the process works. You think back to the person calculating every dollar. The person restarting after every setback. The person waiting for one raise to solve everything. You understand something now. The biggest transformation was never financial. It was structural. Below a certain level, every decision is reactive. A bill arrives. You react. The car brakes. You react. Life happens. You react. Above that level, the equation changes. You begin planning instead of surviving. Choosing instead of recovering. Designing instead of responding. The difference isn't intelligence. It isn't motivation. It's stability. Stability creates options. Options create strategy. Strategy creates growth. Growth creates more options. The cycle finally starts working for you instead of against you. Most people only see the outcome. They see $100,418. They don't see the years behind it. The automatic transfers. The skip purchases. The delayed gratification. The ordinary choices repeated until they became extraordinary results. That is what wealth looks like before it becomes obvious. Not luxury. Not status. Not attention. Just a series of nearly invisible decisions accumulating in the background for years. And one day you wake up. You look at a number that once seemed impossible. And you realize the number itself was never the reward. The reward was becoming the kind of person capable of building it. The machine has weight now. You let it run.